Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel AI with Harry. In previous video, I was explaining about introduction to Git and also about version control system. In this video, I am going to teach about architecture and workflow of Git. Let's get into the video. Architecture. Git follows distributed version control system and it is open source, means its code is freely available over the internet and it can be modified according to the need of the developers. In case if you have missed my previous video where I have taught about version control system, please look on to that first and the link is given in the description. Coming back to Git architecture, there are 4 main components of Git. Let's see as an working directory, a staging or indexing, Git local repository and GitHub. First, we will learn about working directory. This is the place actually where we write the code, which is located in our local system. Any files present in this place can be called as an untracked file, means the file is not under some kind of supervision. So this kind of file is called as untracked file. The second important stage in Git architecture is the staging area. Whenever we have a file in working directory, we cannot commit the file directly or send the file to local Git repository. It should go through the staging area. The staging area can be also set as a virtual layer placed between working directory and Git local repository. This can be made through a Git command add. The practical session would be conducted in the future classes. Just imagine when we use this Git add command, it moves from working directory to staging area. Once it is moved to staging area, the untracked file gets changed into tracked file. This is the main importance of staging area. The third important stage is Git local repository. To move the file from staging area to Git local repository, we make use of commit git method. After this command gets executed, the files reach the Git local repository and changes from tracked files to committed file. Another important thing is all these 3 stages gets worked inside our local system and this forms the local repository. Now the last and final stage in Git architecture is GitHub, which is the remote central repository where all the developers have access to once the files are committed. We will either push or pull the code depending upon the situation. Don't worry, push, pull, everything would be explained practically in the upcoming classes. So push in the sense pushing our code to the remote central repository. Pulling the code in the sense pulling the code from central remote repository to our local repository. Just have an overall idea that would be more than sufficient as of now. So for a single web development project, there might be 2 or even more developers working on a single project. Depending upon the need and situation, the developer may be pushing or pulling the code from and to the central repository. Now, let us have a quick glance as what we have seen in today's video. As I mentioned earlier, there would be 4 stages. First stage would be an working directory where we will be writing our own code and the code written in this area would be considered as an untraced code or file. The second stage is the staging area where by making use of git add command, you will be moving to the staging area. The staging area is just like a virtual location present inside our Git and the untraced code would be converted into tracked code. The third stage is the Git local repository where we would be making use of git commit command. By making use of git commit, the tracked code gets changed into committed files or committed codes. And also, whenever a commit command gets executed, a unique 40 character long hexadecimal value gets created and it is called as a SHA value. For each commit, there would be a unique SHA value which would be created at the backend. The fourth and final stage is the GitHub remote repository, which acts as a central repository where all the developers have a common access to this area. Also, there are 2 types of repository. One is the local repository, which is present inside our local system or Git. The another is the remote central repository, which is present inside our GitHub. The remote central repository is the one shared location where all developers have access, which forms inside GitHub. This is how the workflow of Git takes place. Hope you like this video. In upcoming video, we will get deeper into installation and basic commands in Git. Please do like and share the video to your friends. Thanks for watching.